Hello, mi famudem una kabo. Welcome to Sherix Broadcast Network, the place Usai would bring Africa live to Usai ever una day around the globe. Today we want to start with an apology to each and every one of you out there with the follow we, with the watch we programs them. For say yesterday we've been get a very serious technical glitch. We make them impossible for let we bring the programs then to now. Of course, for some of una way, when I've been joined with yesterday, when I've been CC, we start for broadcast, but then it reach a point where we're not able for broadcast anymore because of then technical problems then what we get. So for that, we apologize to each and every one of you for let go left ake for we from what we don't begin for broadcast. This not the first time where we get or we run into a technical problem like that one day. So today inside this program we get for exclusively bring you some very interesting programs them. Of course one of them get for be about we get for talk exclusively to somebody we don't talk plenty on social media about the previous government, the current government. It don't make statements, it don't make declarations, it don't make allegations, and so Sierra Leoneans then want for Mexico provide proofs for substantiate then talking in the way it don't talk plenty in social media. We did talk about no other person but Mr. Kutubu Koroma, Mr. Mohammed Kutubu Koroma, not in name that one day. Plenty of Unagodon way Mr. Mohammed Kutubu Koroma, they talk on social media about the APC government, they talk about the GTT report, they talk about His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio government and all of that. So today we get the opportunity upon your request. We get the opportunity for able for Braincam Mohammed Kutubu Koroma for talk to we exclusively about then talks and the way we don't talk now social media. And of course we'll also know say a British parliamentarian the way then call Neil Coyle. This Maya so gets the district where it cover where they represent now the British Parliament in England. Now they get plenty Sierra Leoneans in that district there. So some Sierra Leoneans then they I go say preferably APC members, they don't go to them and they don't talk say there is political violence and intimidation in Sierra Leone and that info advocates for let that one they go stop. So instead, without even paying a visit to Sierra Leone, if you don't there on social media, you don't wear a salon t-shirt, we write Panam Sierra Leoneans life matter or Sierra Leone life matter, something like that. You don't wear them, you don't do that. So today we get for bring a proper analysis of Neil Coyle in talk now social media for let go able for put the whole thing into proper perspective. Maybe it go able for get a wind of the talk we'll get for talk now today because we try for do them inside English. So instead go able for actually understand where Sierra Leoneans are coming from. And of course, we get other, analysis that we'll get for Braincam Tona. We get with your brothers them now the Washington DC metro area where they do very well. Every year that they bring Sierra Leoneans and other Africans together in an affair what they call the Black Night Affair or a Black Affair Night. We all man they go there, we get for try for present that show they told us small, which they don't they do in the past. And of course try for talk to one pandem for make you go talk to we about that show because a show we are really like them bring a lot of Sierra Leoneans together using that show. So my family now that's not the program we would bring come to now today. If this now your first time for join, we want for take opportunity of this moment for officially welcome you to Sherix Broadcast Network and for assure you for say you don't make the right decision for dinner so. So once more, Mina Ibrahim Sharif, Namigo be una host as always, and of course one for Mekuna go ready. As we get for open the line in case you get question for ask Mr. Mohammed Kutubu Koroma you go ask that question there. So we're going to open the line as we go into the broadcast. All right? So sit tight, and I know say you will go church today. You pray for Sierra Leone. You pray for we all. And so happy Sunday to everybody. Sit tight.
Ready for
All right, my family, then I want for take this opportunity for once more apologize to una for that technical glitch where we've been get yesterday. On the screen right now, just like I would say, now Mr. Mohammed Kutubu Koroma, the man way when I don't hear plenty where they talk on social media about previous and present government and government officials. It sounds like a very knowledgeable about situations or events that way they happen at Sierra Leone. So another Monday we can't talk to today. So we don't want for belabor on the point. We want for go ahead and talk to Mr. Mohammed Kutubu Koroma today. Hello, Mr. Koroma. How are you, sir?
Fine.
Yes, Mr. Koroma, if you can sit up so we'll be able to really see you. Right now, the way you relax, we'll not see you fine. Right. Yes, that's good. That's good. So that's Mr. Mohammed Kutubu Koroma. So plenty Sierra Leoneans then they listen to you, where they listen to your messages, your audios, the way they put on social media. Now they don't tell you say talk to that man, they let we know what thing is stand for. What are in. So let me start by asking you the question about you. Who is Mohammed Kutubu Koroma? What are you?
Simply Sierra Leonean. That defines everything. So,
okay.
So
yeah. Right. And so, yeah, we're not to get what you to say. What did you say, sir?
Simply a Sierra Leonean. That's all. That's all it is. I think that the most qualification that we get, and we give you authority for it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I think say you network the delay. So where you they see your image before you talk, but that's fine. We'll go continue once we hear what you talk. But with the hear and we see you back. So Mr. Koroma, I think say the question where I really ask it go beyond just being a Sierra Leonean. Because when you get a large number of people and they follow you, then they listen to you. When you say you're not just a Sierra Leonean, we understand say we're all not Sierra Leoneans, but when you dey profile your views on national issues, people then go on for no more than just being a Sierra Leonean. What I mean by that, how you know about the history of Sierra Leone. You don't work for government before, you don't serve, in any capacity before. How did you come about knowing what you know what you talk about?
Well, you hear for land book, simple answer, land study.
Okay.
Nothing beyond that.
Okay.
You can work 9 inside, no matter what. If you know, apply yourself, learn that thing, go account for anything. So long just pay attention to how the country will become up. Great.
Right. Okay, that's good. And so, plenty things then the way you don't talk. On social media where plenty people that don't get, some people that don't get concerned over some people that they are just happy about them things than the way they talk about especially the APC. I want for May talk to me a little bit about the APC. The APC not in our governance anymore, they don't come out, but this could just be a learning process for we all. I want for make you go the one day when a young people them way they not be they really alive with APC be really they in power back in the days, and then this other time when they don't in a power waiting all they don't do. Talk to me small about what do you know about the APC being a political party and where they in a governance.
Thank you very much for the question. Well, for me, the knowledge about APC go as way back as 1960, waiting in the Lancaster House. I don't know how many people they will relate to that with the Lancaster House. But by then, actually, it was a forerunner because Shaka Stevens Bigodi, not as an APC member, Bigodi as either a PNP member or something like that. But by the time they come back, APC don't form in 1960. And obviously enough, waiting to go to Lancaster House. Nice way to na the APC House up to now, way and Romano need office. Meaning that APC actually anything we good about Western values, Western democracy, Western way of doing things. And I'll tell you what I mean by that.
Yes, definitely.
The only thing good about it is when they make things like when they happen now. So Russia or the Soviet Union, China, North Korea, Venezuela, and all that the world then people they anything original and profound about democracy, human rights, and advancement, they totally anathema. So that's the APC. And that we don't know from 1960, from Lancaster House to now we and Escomano see Comona Bapai will not give up the fight as leader. That's the APC.
Right. And so, yeah, we understand that perspective as well. So you can wonder why when times don't come for less Sierra Leoneans, they make a decision about the two predominant political parties in the country, the APC and the SLPP. For me, they make decision as to who that go govern them. You can wonder why, with all what you don't explain, that the Sierra Leoneans can still go again and vote for APC for their rule.
Well, it's not very surprising to me. We'll start earlier. People ask me, you drive neatly to the first question I ask. When you look at the mindset is because I don't know, because I don't need that part of the world so long that I get what you call compartmentalization. Meaning I able to put things into context and perspective. But I can already argue to many people to Salinas, this is where they still forget a very great mistake, or they get a fundamental understanding of that. That's what they call green, white, and blue. Green, white, and blue. I don't know about since 1808. Where that what they call green, white, and blue, that be a colony of the crown. So to me, a real politically, Saloon always campus, and it will always, meaning that I know they did campus on anybody's personality. I know they put faith in one man. In other words, what you believe in, I don't get a permanent friend, I don't get a permanent enemy, I get what you call permanent interest. Which is good for the country, even if I'm activists. But if you deviate from time-tested values, think the way they tell you because you will they fall out. Just as simple.
So, Kutubu, man, way you can, give audio messages them. You can want for let people that see you as somebody who is very objective, as somebody who is very neutral, and just the kind you explain, you not get permanent friend, you not get permanent enemy, not permanent interest you get. And so people that you talk say probably there is a specific interest where you get, where you can talk here, so you can talk now social media. Is there any specific interest that you have? One for nobody interest. What is it?
Yes. The well-being of Sierra Leone.
Okay. The well-being of Sierra Leone. Okay. Yeah. So the other question where people want to know from you is that Sierra Leone is a democratic country. I mean, everybody get right for profiling views on what they happen at the country. But there are certain statements and where you don't make, where people that want to know, apart from just you being a Sierra Leone, apart from you being a concerned citizen of the country, but why you feel say Sierra Leoneans therefore listen to you?
Well, first of all, let me make it very clear. I'm not telling anybody to say listen to me. Number one. Number two.
But the audio way they say that for let people that listen, right?
Well, fine. But you also get the choice. Not for you get the choice.
Okay, right.
I don't know if you me on that.
Yes.
But above all, they are taking a call free speech, and waiting one man in talk at this country has said. The man ended up the first Secretary of State, and then one of them the third President of the United States. He named Thomas Jefferson. He said, "England prefer for living in a country where not get a government, but the people then they get the right for talk, for express them, than for living in a country where get government, where people not talk and free speech. That a bulwark of democracy. I don't care what you talk about democracy. If you don't get freedom of speech, you know they talk, you know they express you resist them. And remember this, reviews are not there for be tailored for idiosyncrasies. Just not even things that I will talk things away to why I dey talk things as see but that maybe don't become a lightning rod because I had so things like psychophancy, labelizing, telling people the way they want. I'm not part of that. I tell you as I say it, that now the be on the end of it.
Right. And so, but I know say for every intelligent person, anybody will get sense. When you they take you time, you they take you effort, you they take you energy for put into what you they do, for able for talk on issues, na Sierra Leone. I think say you are actually trying to achieve something. Either people that are able for listen to your message and at the end of the day then do something, or you know the one that already in our government, they're able for your which they talk, they're able for change their ways. So what can you tell us about waiting you don't achieve by issuing your opinions on issues in Sierra Leone? Waiting you don't achieve personally.
Okay, no, I want to have you mind from the word your opinion. I know you said opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say this because of history. No, I want to know. Waiting I don't opportunity. A good number of my compatriots and fellow Sardinians, I know that the age difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look at when I stand be born, Galata be born. I don't, unfortunately, I don't come to realization. And it's also going to be president also.
Yeah, the microphone there unbox, so I'll fix them. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And this also goes for the current president.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of things that a lot of young compatriots, they don't know. Mm-hmm. They don't know not so much thing that they fall to.
Right.
One, I blame historians them, because there are a lot of things they may not account for. There are a lot of things. Let's just give a quick example. Do this Hala when they Hala Commission of Inquiry, how could it be a witch hunt? If anybody don't look around, pay attention, very pay attention. One thing. If you remember 1962, you asked a good number of Sardinians, what's in a coal commission? I can tell you, out of 100 people they asked, up to 99 people they don't know what's in a coal commission. What's in that commission may do, or how they go about setting that commission. If you ask, even at that's all the way you get there now, you ask the old, I can bet you 99% of them, we know that whole commission would have been done which we active. So when they come up, say, then they set up a commission of inquiry, some of you will go for joy. Oh, yeah. So there's nothing like a week because you get for account for your activities. And the person who said that commission of inquiry, you're not being bothered going to parliament to say they go get permission. So you actually say you go get permission for investigate crimes or for determine crimes on their committed or put in colloquial context. Is that what you're telling us? Like, fast forward, we get this same thing in 1967. 4 major commissions of inquiry come Foster, Biokubet, Pat Davis, Dorvedi, that come. Well, you argue the fact where okay, Parliament not be but that's not that issue. It is waiting a tent for accomplish. So I just use this small synopsis for like some study come from me they come from an historical perspective and at the issues coming in and as a matter of fact, we are in 1 minute. I don't register the federal government of the United States that paper they were. Me now they go can be a non-profit agricultural foundation. I don't register both the federal government as well as the state side the mainland. Then there are a lot of things that we this is one advocacy group. Because Nassau we question they talk. They don't talk because of the criminal libel law we know this since 1964, 65 way Albert Magai bring am state. Any time we dey, more than they talk. Come on, na problem na begin. So and we dey talk at the doctor suppose am well you know so them like this will happen. Why not go apply this? So because the people they argue about this commission, no, the argument say, oh, it's not a which one. People there give you an example. Inside the United States today, the president of the United States is under an investigation. Who has set up the investigation? The deputy attorney general. Now, set up a commission of inquiry for investigate alleged criminal activity by the president of the United States. Where else did this happen? Nowhere. So
well, actually, the president, in a recent statement at Washington, he began for still reconfirm that no matter what happen, the commission get for take place, then get for go after the money. But let's go back to the issue of you coming on these issues from a historical perspective. Let's just suppose, just like how you don't talk. You know, the commissions that would have been done, they set in the past, we Sierra Leoneans then go through in the past. Let's just suppose and with this commission we get for CAM. Now, waiting you go give we as a comparison between the two as to that commission would be set now A, B, C, D they be able for achieve out of that commission, and after the commission we be able for help Sierra Leoneans, and so this is what we expect this commission to also achieve if they institute them. What can you say about that?
Not go back to 1962. I mean, I said that history they can't talk now you. So I hope you
right, definitely.
When they go back to 1962, this commission I will say you talk to 99 people they will around here, so they don't really know nothing like that commission. In 1962, Sir Madam Prime Minister set up a commission what they call Code Commission. The Code Commission was headed by Justice Christopher Eleta Okoro, who will be the third Chief Justice of Sierra Leone. The commission, imagine this an SLP government set up a commission for investigate SLP people who are ministers. People they don't know why MS Mustafa not ever be Prime Minister or John Fatima not be Prime Minister. Not because of tribalism, but because of the findings of that Code Commission against the adverse findings. In fact, Justice Code is saying exactly. But the Prime Minister looked at this could be a hot political issue. So no fire. What they do, they demote MS Mustafa from being Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, and Economic Social Welfare, and Economic. These are the two reasons that the reason that way MS Mustafa not be Prime Minister because of the Code Commission finding. You ask a lot of people whether the Code Commission they don't even know. And I know I don't spend so much time people. Don't fast forward. Don't go to 1967. 67, Brigadier Geoffrey Smith under the NRC set up a commission on the quarry. Past dates, we have for look to the City Council activities, the management. Foster, where Foster and this way not set to for look into the activities of past government officials. Why Albert Madai lost the just because he did a long tennis na Eos na Abadini. That's all the government content say. The commission content say the government money use. Michael Kalom get the car wey na be green Mercedes convertible Mercedes Benz WR444. I remember that time. Remember why he lost them? Simply because you account to justice. Foster, how come about the money for buy that car? Lord that, Lord go to Yokubet, Mr. Kabak, we one of the president. There was an adverse finding on by Yokubet. No go to the the elections business of 1967. When we actually at the context and perspective, APC not be winner election. They not be winner. Because for one thing, the Governor General is under tremendous pressure from influencing for appointing Stevens. But also
but on which grounds? On which grounds? Because there was election. How they go appoint Shaka Stephen? I thought it was after the election where they don't tie. Now during that time, the way Shaka Stephen for give back the government to Shaka Stephen came into play, but not before the election.
No, sir. Not no. This is one of the complications of this. No, sir. Now remember, on Saturday, March 20. No. Friday, March 17, 9 Holy Election. 1967. Saturday, March 18, yes, SNP AP may be selected. But in the end, 4 outstanding candidates, Kutubu Kaisamba, Hussein Ibewa, Frank Anthony, J.D. Francis, then they on the fence. In fact, I don't know if you go me that tell you this way, that just will get this very quick. This first way is the first thing that they get rid of and it's by Koroma. It was so easy in a SNP.
Brother, for camera the camera, right? See also that's fine.
You know that get rid of SNP. You know that get rid of
No.
They not even bother say let the crowd see this kind of around for where they going. They won't be needing a new movement. We don't count it. Say no. 4 guys in the tell Albert guys say you need for left this problem. If you don't step down, you want to be out of here. 4. Kutubu Kaisamba, Hussein Biwa, FS Anthony, then salary district on the street, in the trenches, they send it to them. So, when I'm back to the election, the Saturday, when I'm in the 18, yes, APT begins like but remember, there are permanent elections will be pending. Remember, and most of those seats they not pledged already. So that waiting the Governor General before do was that for wait until after the election of the chiefs, when all the tallies don't come in, then he make it on the morning of March 21st. No, the day before, the army commander goes see the Governor General. He tell us select wait small. They all the fight. He said because anything now happened, the place was like which was almost like a war footing. The Attorney General also go at Amakodi, he also go tell her. But the man was under tremendous pressure from me. Please excuse this expression. I know one side, I know one was down tribalistic, but he was under tremendous pressure from me. Creole friends and Lord members. Some of the fans have enjoyed this, which is no offer. And the man did not promise. The Governor General did not promise. Say, okay, he will hold us. I make it tell both Shaka siblings. And Albert say let them form the coalition, let them form the national government. And then let them come back and see him. But what he do, he renege on the word instead of the territorial report. They go and appoint Shaka Sirit as Prime Minister on March 21st. That time be that intervention of the Lansana. Wait, you are not column. Now you are not column. It's a we begin and have a flagstaff outfit. That is see the camp whenever can. So in the power of state, the election was very inconclusive. Shaka Sirit should not appointed until all the facts came in. And this year it happened in Nigeria. Because me on political history, I can juxtapose of what I got to them, I compare what happened. Nigeria get the same thing. 1964, the whole election in Nigeria between Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and Awolowo. Now, waiting happened, Awolowo lost the election. But the governor, the president by the command they had become President Azikwe was under tremendous pressure for the appointment Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. From that time, from that 1964, when I say now so January 15, 1966, when the 4 guys in Gaza, I don't know if you all ever when they from the major school, the 4 guys they wake up, we wipe out political as well as military establishment. They get the counter who wake up again July 29, 1966. We have almost part the entire eastern Nigeria. Say that it to a civil war, now make Nigeria police Biafra. So in effect, I can tell you, this happened just because the government cannot be wait. It is in wait. I know they say Pompa, APC would not have been no, but he should have waited until all the countries we are in, all the results are very satisfied and acceptable. Then proceeded to have appointed the Prime Minister, but he was under tremendous pressure, from Syria. So that's it.
Okay, yeah, because the understanding was that the 1967 election was a tie between the APC and the SLPP, and that tie, they now 2 paramount chiefs then began for break the tie. And those paramount chiefs were Ellen Brewer and, Kutubu Kaisamba of Kenema. And so, after that, 9 APC win, after we then cross over to the APC and vote. But anyway, the crux of this interview is actually focused on some of the things the way they say, and I could go into the historical perspectives there. So, we get a video, an audio now where we get for play for level family. When an audio where you make immediately after where the president don't get the town hall meeting at Washington DC, you release that audio there, and they will come talk to you about it. So let me give 1 second for play that audio there. Let me play. Yeah.
Right. The final broadcast from the Salient Forum dealing with issues, comment, and analysis.
this Sunday when September 30, a very short. All they do, they come really appeal to President Bio in instinct. He appeal to everything we define in humanity. Say, do you let do for God and Nabi 2023? Let say they contest again for the office of president. Do you? Because the reason he get one thing, he get one MO we get, he not owe anybody any obligation for talk to the citizen. He not owe than that. He not go talk to anybody. Now waiting no more he want do now he go do. Now they be all and end all. He get all the solutions to the country problem. He not go talk to anybody. Let them get a feedback as how things then they go. Because when a leader talk to a nation, in city system, they will get a feedback. But in that, not believing that nobody not for tell them. It demonstrate that way it can a place like United States, Washington D.C. Not be let them ask him questions. He talk with him if he so go who of course not the way talking that way talk some of it making sense to we not because we for permit people to let them ask him questions. Based on how he answer them questions, then they now go to actually say this man is sincere leader, that a leader will really get the country at heart. He be actually being prepared for being the president of the country. What he help do with the help of Mohammed Koroma, then the now of leadership, and the leadership will be look for in Dr. Kande Yunkela, and then say prove that to when the United Nations that Dr. Yunkela get for bail them. Now Inga will go to the rescue. Now Inga for talk for them. It appears that Dr. Yunkela Naina been the president of Salon. What you see, if there been Dr. Yunkela Kana, it get cause for meet in fellow citizens them. It was going to be robust. It was going to be a question and answer session. We all could be glad. And we forget all the full panoply of diplomatic protocol and welcome. But what you see now, just another waiting we don't get rid of for 10 years ago. So do you, President Biona, this meeting they close on. Do you, the nation no go afford after this 5 years, another 5 years of you. That they say coming events cast their shadow. We go get for know them by the fruits we will know them. What you don't they see now, and share the way how you they operate. What you don't they see now, they give you a better indication as to if you come back in 2023. So do you, President Bio, do for God and Nabi, let we allow for a better leadership. A leadership we actually put it in with problems, we able to solve them. A leadership where the international community and the nations will get trust in. And in you, I they tell you play, get time. You don't have it, President Bio. And luckily you surround yourself with people that with all money, suddenly they all don't become praise singers, they don't become blind, they know they see, they know because look, even your chief minister at one time he was very robust, but now he said don't go deaf, they say nothing. So do you, President Bio, if anything they way me say now way of advice they give, we are seriously
all right. And so Mr. Koroma, the audio will just play just now an audio where you make just after when the president don't get the town hall meeting Washington DC, and the audio was about the fact say the president you the big may not ever think about contesting for the presidency of Sierra Leone in 2023 because when it kind of the town hall meeting, number one, it not even allow the people then for making men go ask them questions in no more talk anything what you want for do now they do they listen to people them they try for understand say when a president kind of a place like this you're supposed to allow the people then for ask you key questions now the then kind of town hall meeting. These were exactly what you've been talking. We just don't plan for left family waiting you've been say. So make her ask you a question. You still stand by that statement and by that audio where you been make at that time? So why you be feel say the president not be allow people to for ask question?
All right. First of all, through careful examination, the question the way allegedly answer, not to question the way he answered lastly. Me and you, I don't know. Already you in the United States. Me and you know, When Mr. Trump they talk now, I want to see any of young people there let them send questions there to in advance. They answer. I they wait for see the journalist anybody who in the White House from the chief of staff they go down, we will tell any journalist say you are let the same question to the president first. But above all, when the president talk now, the citizens through the press, they don't talk they for talk. They know they ask the president, they know they talk on waiting he talk or not when he talk. I can give major example like you one. On the day when President Bill the day of the United Nations meeting, when the whole major press conference.
Right.
When they all talk down, not to talk down. This man they just confirm as Supreme Court that issue and come up. This man they just confirm now, yesterday, as Supreme Court justice. Now the issue come up because of that case they are against them. So
no, Kutubu, but let's establish one fact first. The audio you make, it categorically talks say the president can at that town hall meeting in one for be he is in all and be all, and allow the people them for asking questions. So let we establish that the first. Now that I asked the question for, do you still stand by that statement for say the president not allow the people them for asking questions?
Listen, live question, these are questions submitted in advance. Wait, you don't get to know about that in advance.
Now that should be me inside the audio.
Yes.
But you don't be clarifying that with
it. In advance.
Okay. All right. Okay. You know, so citizens they get for can ask you question. Me just they ask you this. They get for can ask you, right? Okay. Right.
Any question.
Okay.
They can tell you those questions you are not answering. I bring President Trump and you didn't America. See how things work. They're not saying no question to anybody in advance.
So Kutubu, what they try for infer that then questions then where people they ask on the floor before the president they come. You feel say they go don't communicate that then question they need to run before they even can at the hall.
Yeah, those things you are saying, I made them tell them to go online. Those questions you are saying, oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So meaning that
yes.
So meaning that the president for don able doing homework, he able for come up with appropriate answers. So per all the questions that we they ask, I know say you know some. Is there any question where if you say they ask the president where he say he couldn't study how for answer that kind of question and so that it will escape any trap where somebody could don't say for him?
Well, maybe not even that. Maybe go back to this. Once you don't address anybody, like I say, so I don't know for which 200 years before we do the right things. I always say, where you're in a place, you look at the right way they come, they extrapolate, they apply. The president can talk on anything. That's not you talk about him. That's not in additional. The issue is where you don't talk down. When people they no chance, let them ask you anything. You get for extemporize. You not for study edition this question they ask you. Not edition that. Just especially the question.
But there were questions where they asked at the hall where not the president not make inside his speech and not talk about them kind talking in the example where they asked a question about when the commission of inquiry get for Sudan. Waiting make it don't take this long where the commission or the Sudan. The president not talk about that one day. He talk about going after the money. The one that we don't thief the money, they go after the money. But they not talk about the commission, but somebody asks question about the commission. So it not necessarily means say if you ask the question before, you they talk live, that means they manipulate anything.
Well, we don't need for drum beating. The position is being that questions are sent to the man in advance. That's the position. Whether or not even that said, this all the way you bring step as a major contradiction and that when we have not make a follow-up broadcast, a chief minister say, they can say also they pay great attention to things that now remember I talk very authoritatively. A chief minister will come across Dr. Francis, he make a robust statement about what will happen, about the unintended consequences. He talk of a jail time if anybody wants out to ask the chief minister whether he talked about jail, people that will be found guilty of NTR, not only will pay financial restitution, but they also have jail time.
No, but would they misunderstand? But Kutubu would they misunderstand the GTT report? I know that the GTT report they talk about. The GTT report now just preliminary findings where they come up with and the recommendations where they come up with. These were not policies or rules that they don't pass on to, we binding on Sierra Leoneans. These were recommendations. And so I'm not going for me hold the chief minister to that. He only recommended to the president. He recommended a judge-led commission of inquiry. He recommended that audit service Sierra Leone for further audit, then MDAs them. So these were recommendations, right?
No, listen, for if anybody now will take credit for this, now that you want to, will take. Because if not the problem, from day one, I don't call for commission of inquiry from day one. Even before they come up, they may have had this at the back of their mind. They had it, they drawing board, they had it. But because openly, I've been doing this simply because based on the facts, these guys are waiting for more power. So everybody see the kind of ostentatious lifestyle they got. How they swim in fantastic affluence and unprecedented comfort. We, you, ordinary Joe Blow, they suffer some kind of. So me, I'm the own advocate that. Okay, they don't come up. But the fact of the matter is, no, you forget about what the minister say. Not go back to this. Now, we go what they me believe, and I already told this. People that will get tired of this. As long as I didn't say America, so the good things they want to see there, I always advocate for my country because I don't want the country go 200 years before we begin copy which America do. Once you don't commit offense, I think that once the commission of inquiry don't take place, they find anybody guilty and say you acquire wealth, through dubious means, for only their time for himself. If that not the for actors in the time, then I really waste of time, not only the other. It's not only going after the money, because here is what if you take the money no more, you send the wrong message. I will also tell you where if they hold me by faith or by design, they will take the money. No, what jail time, lost the money. The Kenya example now one Nandi. That because me when they talk, I read. You go to Kenya, they will tell you they are from Kenya now. Okay, not just for take money. People for suffer their unintended consequences for misuse and abuse of office. So a lot of people forget about the chief minister now, don't forget about the president, but this is what the minister now. And anything short of that, man, a waste of time.
Right. And so let me ask this question again. Why you feel say President Julius Maada not for contest election again in 2023?
Why?
Yeah, because you said it. You talk and say you would do right.
Oh yeah, an assistant buyer.
Okay.
Either yesterday or people inside I made something like that. Okay. Now like a lot of parents say. Then people they put power to say. Would I know one of you say church? I'm not going to dance. We know the children of church. All right. I don't know whoever say President you this say leadership. Now when you soliloquize things that we say, can't just set you up like that. Make me set you up. No. A leader, when they call a leader, I not say every day, Monday to Sunday, we can't talk. Not to that we talk. Monday to Sunday. A lot of things that we don't happen in the country now. We don't give me indication. See, I think we're wrong-headed. More you go to the mayor. There has been a false attack on the mayor. Okay, the mayor was elected by the citizens. The mayor and the chief administrator of the town. In the pecking order of precedence, after the president, the next person at the mayor. We didn't expect the Minister of Internal Affairs, the Attorney General, the Inspector General of Police, or a senior administration official to come condemning the attack on the mayor. Not so this one way if you have yesterday with the deputy minister, the disrespectful yesterday, not doing it. The first attack, but up to this time we talk, nobody has issued any attack condemning it. So then the question is, I mean, the president is suffer from astigmatism or it's not the C or not the A. How could he be oblivious of any kind of materials? So to me, no problem with the president, as long as he decided he will govern from the cocoon of silence and that. We don't need to do that like that. I didn't talk as on that. We don't need that. We need somebody intending.
Right.
Wait for us. What they say. So that they don't know that waste more time. Now the grandson and the man not get the capacity for government. That's it.
Well, yeah. Well, but the way when you talk in a way where probably there was the intention for you to influence other people, will probably vote for this president, will make him become president day like today. So it goes back to that first question why I be ask you today, that why you feel say Sierra Leoneans then for listen to waiting you they say, because inside that audio you categorically talk say President Bio not for contest election in 2023, and if President Bio come back and talk say I contest election because the people of Sierra Leone wanted me to contest, and if they want back for make a tinap in 2023, I will. So how can you change that message? You know?
Well, it's very easy. We live at the age of social media. Thank God. Not to then say we function and illiterate the Bobo Kamara, we be ABC in the 70s, the 60s. They work, they talk propaganda, people they buy into that. Not to then tell them, they tell them to oblivion. We now live in a times, thanks to the rise of social media. Man, anything we do by 8 o'clock, by 8:30, we don't know that we are actual. Okay? Going along, as they go along, some of them begin the targeting President Bio, they do or they do. So once you are with some of we by God in power, not from your power, by God in power, what keep on saying, man, how you say they go campaign, and so say they go that's why influence people.
Okay, so but that they completely contradict you. You are contradicting yourself in most of the audios the way they release. There are other audios where you don't release and you don't praise President Bio as a God-sent leader to Sierra Leone. And at the same time, you are now going along and saying the man for contest. Yeah, you have praised him, right?
Of course. If you go back to me, if you go back to me earlier, as we will open up. If you recall it, I remind you, I tell you, say, that's what they call being white and blue now before. And me, I tell you, I talk about compartmentalization of this stuff. And after that, tell you, say, I don't get a permanent friend, I don't get a permanent enemy. I get a permanent interest. Even an Koroma, where people may already say, as somebody against the man, yes. I can tell you something. I know one day an Koroma did an APC leader that's Americans. He as a person in like Kutubu Koroma. But when he takes to my against an Koroma in his governance of the fabric of the society, takes that against them, and that now go for against them. If President Bio do anything with credible, we want credibility, he is going to be credited. I want you to do it carefully. Not over and over. But where is there, of course, now your lay out, if you continue to remain silent about the logic of lawlessness in the country, it's not taking any action, neither in people the way around, once they know they talk, they can get an exemplified by bringing the attack on the mayor. But even so, when the deputy minister go to yesterday, to me, that the highest disrespect that to do my office, you cannot talk to the mayor like that. It's not acceptable.
Of course, we all agree. We all agree for say the deputy minister not being treat the mayor fine, especially the wise in the alleged the mayor get a book now where they show how the recording works there and then. But let's go back to you. You see, I am talking about this based on you are in fact interfering with your own credibility right now. Sierra Leoneans should. That's what I'm talking about. Sierra Leoneans therefore take you as a credible person. You don't want to confuse them. There are instances where you talk say President Bio is a God sent. And wait, I'm coming. There are instances who say they talk that one day. And then it not take even a couple of weeks. You can change that message back for say, hey, not enough again for position. So where do you want the people to stand?
One more time, I don't know this once and for all. One day I hate too much repetition once and for all.
No, but it's necessary for let clear the air, you know?
Well, that's what they clear. So you listen carefully this time. I have robustly attack Dr. Kennedy Keller. Even though everybody know me not the one of the how they call it in front of Dr. Keller.
Oh, you have been a supporter of Dr. Yom Keller?
Yes.
Okay, so now we know where your argument comes in. Okay, yeah, go ahead now.
No, I have roundly criticized Dr. Keller. I just want to tell you one more time, and the last time I tell you that
right.
I not get a permanent foe, I not get a permanent ally. If today as the president, you change the modus operandi, how the government is very engaging, they do well now, they do this. He is not intellectual honesty. He is going to be giving credit where credit is due, and he's going to be roundly denounced when I just don't give it in this system.
I mean, I know, I understand all that. I understand what you are saying.
Understand that they don't move on.
Yeah, we get for move on, Kutubu. We get for move on. But what I'm saying, Kutubu, you're not possible people can get respect for, right? And for what they do, I know it's frustrating, but the work they do in the media is to set the record straight. I mean, like I always sit on, I am very consistent with my messages them. I'm not going to talk one thing today, and tomorrow I go change, I talk other thing. You know, I want to stay on course until somebody don't give me substantive reason for say, because you see, let me know if you've been going at the town hall meeting at Washington, D.C. Were you there?
Of course not. But guess what? I have everything will happen.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, you know. Okay. Yeah. So I want to know if right at this point, if you consider President Bill as a God sent, or if you still consider, say, enough for contest election in 2023. Which side you do right now at this point? I mean, subject to changes later on based on what you get for do.
I want to say an audio where he used the word saying.
Oh yeah, we have that.
Fine, okay, that's fine, okay, I'll accept that too. But again, listen to this again. I mean, it's like we want it over and over.
Because I have the people and they ask too many questions. That's why we're on it.
I don't know if you remember one man when they called President Reagan, Ronald Reagan. I don't know if you ever
heard of course.
Okay, TV. You know what President Reagan said in people against the Soviet Union? He said, trust but verified. Even if I let President Bill say his seat, but remember one thing, and I want to go to this, hopefully we'll be able to resolve this. Salon past President Bill.
Far away, we know that.
There was Salon before President Bill. We always remember this, and this is how the deal. Again, remember this, if President Bill do what he is supposed to do, he won. Say that this, he government properly, he believe in the rule of law, he believes people can get the right for talk, he meet the promises, yes. But if it's not getting a slogan, propaganda, they go to see agenda for prosperity, they go to see that the way Montaman life is condemned to abject poverty and unspeakable misery. But here's what's the thing. We know they allow President Bill for 5 years where he don't get from when it's not going to happen. This mistake might take place in an myself. And one box said, he said the one that will not remember the incidents of history. He said they will make the same mistake. Okay? We give too much room to President and it's by Koroma. This time around, President Bill is not going to get that luxury. This is that. Meaning that nobody is surprised if I must say it don't come with everybody in a salon from birth to university and free education yet, he is going to be credited for that. Maybe will be number one to do before. At the same place for that. But equally so, must say by anything he hamburg this commission of required with capsule. By either by whatever it is. Oh man,
no, I mean, Kutubu, the president, this president, one thing we me go get credit for, where he campaign to the people of Sierra Leone, everything where he talk about, either it don't begin for Duam or it don't Duam. So even for this town hall meeting, it don't re-emphasize for say then get for go after the money. The whole thing about the GTT, I mean the Commission of Inquiry, is for us to be able for bring them one day we be in governance to book, so that they go account for the money they don't thief, and the president don't reconfirm that. So me not get for doubter on that. I mean, even though it's necessary for less citizens, then go they, still remind them, but me not the doubter on that. But you see, Kutubu, what's here they talk about like me, so why they talk anything? If I don't talk one statement, and that statement they can't change it, I would say now maybe talk traditional, but because of what don't happen, A, B, C, D, what don't happen, now this is my position. But they do that one day. They talk one thing today, then tomorrow when you talk something way completely different. So the one way they follow you, the one way like what they do, you are confusing them. That's what I want you to accept.
We don't clear the issue. We don't tell you. I don't tell you again for the last time we get tell you. When you talk to me, please.
Okay, so you don't accept now. Okay, we're good. I be want you accept.
For the last time, I don't tell you. No, hold on again like this again. I don't tell you. The president will bring education from birth, free education from birth to PhD level. Kutubu na go the swing goes on.
Right, but you will put a small stamp on it.
But tomorrow, it turn around.
They do bad thing. Right, we know that.
So one of these two don't take two positions. But don't say what they say. I don't get a permanent friend. I don't get a permanent.
But you see, who say okay, you don't work in our office. You know why? Then when you don't write a document, you know why that stamp where they stamp the document, why it's important. So you get for the stamp, you statement them. I said this before, but now I am saying this. That's what I'm saying. Definitely. Okay. So.
But don't remember that new position is today I will criticize you.
Right.
Tomorrow I will praise the president. Now so maybe that may be what can permanent interest.
Right.
I not get permanent ally. I not get permanent foe.
Right. Okay.
Permanent interest.
Right.
So if we able to accept that, could accept the position, but the new position is another move away from.
And so right.
More or less equivalent could come up and it don't go happen.
Okay, so let's forge ahead. The other question where I want to ask you is, if you say it's too early for kind of criticize this government force. Some people then can talk say, let's give them 1 year because of the kind of problem where they meet. Let's give them 1 year. Let's give them 1.5 years. Let's give them 2 years. Now from that point, they will go begin foresee if waiting they be promised for change this country, they don't begin doing. Don't you think we are rushing to judgment with regards to this government?
Well, no, me not the rush to judgment. I don't give you the reason why. When you friend and it's by Koroma Tampa, I know to tell you. They say, give me 3 years. I will change the lives of them, make difference in the lives of people there. Go ask them if you remain that statement. Okay? The rest are history.
Right.
The rest are history. So don't you waste the time of the audience. So therefore, me on the way how me the go president you, I'm going to put him on his toes. I get from there you can say somebody they will breathe out and neck that every day they take stuff. For example, I don't think it is that in your policy we get where he believes say that for so the requires things to be said. I don't keep at least let people read. After that they grotesquely wrong. That wrong politics, what would happen? It would create room for suspicion. It would create room for speculation. It would create room for innuendos. It would create room for all kinds of activity. A leader, you get for engage the citizen through the press. For example, information minister, instead of not alarm about place Amila in a criminal law. The state so I will not do any move yet for wait to take for that all the money for you. He make necessary recommendation to the president. The president use executive order, then they say legislation and parliament. So the permanently will remove another. But no, it's not happening. They are not saying anything. So therefore, with these things, like I tell you, man, that's where they call propaganda. I'm not believing now. Then we see 10 years of this under and by Koroma, and some of us not prepare for getting this to happen anymore. It's not going to happen. So don't be surprised if the 80 days say I praise them, President Bill, and then Saturday, but Sunday I denounce them. Yes, I'm glad we don't need this template. So many people can understand now why it could happen with flop people. I very concerned because I say, I am not APC, I'm not APC statement clearly. I'm not in an APC, I'm not in an SNP, I'm not in an PNC. I've been on long political allegiance and not their way. Now the center, there is the center of politics. Meaning I watch all sides. Even today, and then by Koroma come and express a remote regret about the direction we get caught to go. He apologized to the citizen. He take me a call back for that. Oh man, I'll get credit.
Okay, so make I ask this question because we can't open the line for less Sierra Leoneans than calling. If they get any questions for ask you, may they ask you. But make I ask you this question. You know, say people then they way they follow you, then like the messages the way they put out there. Do you know that?
Well, by God power, not by God in power.
And you know, say people then they will not like the message the way they put out there as well, right?
Of course, I mean, you expect say I will get everybody for the corner.
Right. So you get any message for them two groups of people, them the one that will they follow you and the one that will not they follow you. Do you have any message for them?
Yes. The message is simple. Look who salute first. The all the salute be first. The salute be first. The salute be first. The salute be first.
That now for the one that way they support you, way they follow you.
Both.
But the one that will not they support you, they're not going to hear that thing from you like that.
Well, that's up to them. For me, Kutubu, salute, all the call and DY all the force.
So some man can talk say where they make their statement and most of the times that they check you facts them, you just keep talk something and way not very erroneous, not get supporting facts, not they substantiate. So what you say to the people in there?
Well, now the opinion, and one thing about opinion, this time on where I talk about free speech. Opinion, that's in everybody get. Remember, I'm not there for say things the way you just talk about me supporters. And you want to know the support me. Remember, if now I begin to denounce and by Koroma, it let us talk free. Now, irresponsible for Ebola, here, Yasakago, na Birmingham. Don't you talk? When you evidence, and I life on the man, you hate the man. Even with the copy of evidence to the effect, say, na money they take for that. From one of them big man that make our money. But simply because of this, I don't have box salon. This psycho fancy, this technique, the present people they contribute. Anyway, when people they know they put the country before, that the young people and the young people just because the man that they a lot of people they now will they agree people from you. I can tell you the reason that for regional area, people don't call me personal don't talk. All this time, people they not be power. I don't call them for nothing. But now we tell them that we don't talk with people they don't can now. Kutubu give man and he break. That's why man. But I want to tell you this. One thing they tell you, I will wait for you today. Or tomorrow I will send it now. If you ever take yesterday, where I make about that security, that last security yesterday. If you how you will keep a commissioner of police or head of police with that kind of a last security that piece yesterday. How anybody will keep that kind of a person? For saying chief minister, not be telephone them to them for talk say, hey, we don't really come. If telephone the army commander and the inspector general of police so that they will make security arrangement. What anybody in there, God forbid, anybody in there that's how they will get bad attention. That kind of a thing. How you will keep anybody in office? God forbid anything happen to the man on toward. You know people they go through by the day like say that would also another thing. All the Southeastern brother they will come. Oh, now we got some brothers there. Like APC people they don't do this. That people they don't. We cannot allow this. We know they look for a populist leader. In 1976, precisely February 14, Mutala do the same mistake here. Mutala Mohammed when I be head of state in Nigeria. That this they do. They work out without security. Exposing other companies. When a council member is very one day a traffic light is Sunday, now, the unthinkable happen. Okay? When they do that, when the state provided state enough for the instruction will get peace and quiet and you safety. Because God forbid, anything happen to President Yogi, the whole country they belong to chaos. That happened in Rwanda. One person 90 happen. So maybe this President Yogi called the Inspector General of Police as well as the Army Commander for House of Freedom. That happened. So now the position that they have to find it very unpopular because I they talk things away other people they pay for because one they want jobs or they want favor. Kutubu no one, none of them anything. None.
Right. All right, so my family, this now brother Kutubu Koroma, of course, like now Sabiam on social media. We get for can open the line now for Leona go ask him questions regarding everything we don't talk about today. And so, we get for drop off the WhatsApp call now. We get for go back to the phone so that when I go able for calling, I go here with you when they talk, me say go here and we all go here with you all the talk. So now that's we get for do. We really want for let people them go able for calling and ask Brother Kutubu questions about everything where they don't talk about and things that the audios the way they make. All right, so Brother Kutubu, now for beer which we small as we continue for connect people them now the line. All right?
No problem, boss.
Okay, sir.
Saloni better one. dance we say. But with the super we say, more less disgrace we say. And I know why, with the suffer we say, fet we say, neglect we say. And I know, some say our politics, some say our bad habits. But tell me, how we go grow? Some say our tribalism, some say our nepotism. Tell me, how we go grow?
Yes, my family again, Lady Felicia, of course. Now with sister that one day where they do very well, we campaign salon music. Of course, I like Lady Felicia in music because it actually put a lot of patriotic messages in her songs, and this would encourage other Sierra Leonean musical artists them for do, not to just for sing about woman business, man business, pulling company, but talk about messages then where they uplift the souls of Sierra Leoneans. And I make elect Lady Felicia too bad. Okay, so now we get Mr. Kutubu Koroma on the phone. In case you want for call, the line right now, the numbers they up here now, 832-614-6242. Of course, if you're resident outside of United States, you can dial number 1 first or 001 before you call that number, 832-614-6242. Now for call that number right now for make you go able for profile your views, and now for able for ask Mr. Kutubu Koroma any question where you get pertaining to the messages then where they put on social media, and that we get for doing now. So Mr. Kutubu Koroma there on the phone. And of course, we will continue for listening to Lady Felicia as we wait for let you call in. All right? So we'll wait for that.
We all know I know it's like Salo. Taya for the labo. never go before. Beautiful people, wonderful nation. Let we tie and fight against corruption. Salon better one, it ain't now we are. Let we walk as one, for better we land. Blood is thicker than water. We all are brothers and sisters. If we all come together, then the future go better. Salon the land that we love. Let we make we country. There is no place like home. We believe as family. From a tick and road, we all know one now inside Salon. Salon the land that we love. Let we make we country. There is no place like home. We believe as family. From a tick and road, we all know one now inside Salon. Tire for the labo. Let we come together for go before. Salon, Salon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we get a caller on the line right now. Hello, who is calling? Hello. Hello, who is calling? All right, that person don't drop off. It look like say they got problem with in telephone calls then. But anyway, family, would they expect una for call? You know, if you call, just give it time, would they connect you, and so you're able for ask questions. Somebody just call. We don't know where exactly from, but so take a call back again. But yeah, Kutubu Koroma is open to all questions. We will come up from anyone of una out there. In case when I get questions for ask, you can call that number that is up on the screen, 832-614. Okay, the person they call again. Let's see if we're able to connect them again. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. How are you? Where are you calling from?
I call from Italy.
Okay, yes. Go ahead. Kutubu is listening to you. Brother Kutubu, are you there?
Yeah. Sure. I want to tell him something.
Mm-hmm.
When he in the emphasize on Mr. Kutubu, I don't say don't say we come out alone. But Salon na a country where people say na a fragile country. In the emphasize about this commission of inquiry, every day when he make his audio, if you know the PN Attorney General, it go the PN the Chief Minister or President POC, therefore hold all Ernest Koroma and all other stakeholders then responsible enough for let them go like that. The I want to see for B, the work show. It's the trident thing and in other country right now. Honestly, me what I tell you, that country will get peace. I don't say don't say we commodity. But you get a mind against the Ernest Koroma now a famous somebody and he gets to the end. If they get for whole Ernest Koroma or the whole anybody to win the stakeholder under APC government, now it's fact and get for whole. I will grab someone and go hold somebody. Based on the minister don't make a recommendation, say therefore set up a commission of inquiry, no means the hold everybody now responsible. Now the commission of inquiry get for campus. Let him blow, let him allow the government to do them things. Let him stop for the dictate to the government. But that's not me want to tell Mr. Kutubu Koroma. Yes, we listen to audio there many analysis and sometimes, but then in 19 analysis we know they buy the idea that they can okay. But that's not what me want to tell them. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, could we get any response to that?
No. Nobody never respond to idiocy or ignorance. I mean, I want nobody is from intelligence.
No, well, let me not classify. So if somebody don't call, he don't ask, or he don't tell you something, don't classify him like that. Just say what you want to say, sir.
Not the foreign color. The man don't defeat the argument. So they don't already take it. You don't believe it. The unfortunate part of this is this. It ain't the Western democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Then they say, and then they don't chat Berlusconi, and no say you're aware of that. Except it ain't a place where they follow. It just did it no more because that's one of the problems that we'll get. Some of we didn't have any country there. The Western democracy, we enjoy everything there. But when it comes from we your country, we they give them a paradoxical comfort and solace. That's really listening to the man, the way the man comes. I mean, oh man, I don't get no choice. That make us be very brutally frank.
No, but he really praise you. He says some of the audios that they listen, it didn't get with himself. He said that some of the other one they no more. So it not go after you.
Yeah, but look, no, you know, but look how they defend how they call her. Look, you see how they lay the case for and like Koroma. Earlier, when me and you be the talk, you remember what I been tell you?
Yeah, but no, well, let we look at it this way, Kutubu. The honest by Koroma, in as much as we all agree, say he don't do bad in the country. People they say na him be there before corruption at the country, but he was the head of state of the country. For let somebody just grab no when I go whole and so you are upsetting quite a lot of people the way they follow him. So it therefore take a democratic process, a bureaucratic process. The commission of inquiry now go do that, and at that this scholar they articulate. Yeah.
Now they talk about we don't talk anything they go arrest us like that. No.
No, but we say they defend them. We say they defend. They lay the case for Anes by Koroma. And not we say lay any case for him. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what is just done. We say commission of the inquiry for take place. Mm-hmm. People for account for what they do. There are a lot of things that were outstanding. Even they talk to Berlusconi is under criminal, how they call it now, he know that. Oh, you want to say the people that don't know say Berlusconi neither be prime minister.
But they don't grab no more the Olam, then go through a process for come to that results.
But that's what we'll say. This is what we'll say. I don't ever saw that they just go arrest and it's go no more. We insist that the commission for take place.
Well, one part you would do the way say even the chief minister tried you been trusted, but now instead just deeper with anything now with the happen, you know, you're talking at himself. That's what you said.
Exactly, they are not, and I insist on that they are not. Waiting they hold up the commission of inquiry. One call it top 16 now. One of the commissioners they is still there. Attorney General, I will not go back. And Auditor General report we don't cover. No. Under even in this and by Koroma. You want to say this Attorney General not see nothing inside the Auditor General report. This is what you're really telling me.
No, but why would they rush to conclusion? The process is in the works, you know. Now we don't allow the process for go through. I mean, it don't take long, but to me, looking at the how the problem I cannot say it is they are slow in the process. I think say let we left them. They don't make the promise they get for Duam, and let's see what's gonna happen, right?
So that's really fast. So we're not going to talk about that.
No, we will talk about that, but we're not for castigate. We're not for cast blames on people them without we're not going to reach a conclusion yet. You know. So I think saying that's the collaborative for talk. So you know we get for cool with temper like when NTR come because when me man don't talk. You don't go, then you don't, call our names. You don't, the man, you listen to, entity or something.
The man, okay, another concept or something. It can't, what do you do? Like when you talk, so you reasonable. Or in the same way they talk, see no evil, no evil, because I didn't APC, because no. Like I said you before, Salon is going to come first. I've went to any two and defend at this one. If a person then be president of Salon, it's school also to any two and defend at this one also. Don't get any problem, they go after her.
Right.
No problem, no get.
Right.
Holy net office is not to divine right. Remember this. That's honor and privilege we give you.
All right, we'll get another call again from Italy. I don't know if not the same man they call. Hello. Hello, who's calling?
Yeah, Mr. Sherix.
Yes.
I want to say Mr. Kutubu.
Now you call just now. Now you call just now from Italy.
Let me call you, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Mohammed Koroma pastor, sir. You get me, But I just tell her no more. We don't have feelings, sir. I always tell Mr. Kutubu that talk. Mohammed Koroma, if they are wanted them call Mohammed Koroma, they know they work shit. Where they talk to us, so me now born SSPTN. From both town back to the side. Last I want to say. You know, Mohammed Koroma pastor, but I don't want to let it be and then we then do. Let them arrest some or the Attorney General Justice they pay for nothing salary. They just have to allow the government to do the use in the way they want for doing.
Right.
You know another country, Mr. Kutubu.
Come on, forget about that. No, forget about that. I don't need for daily. No, I don't need for daily. You need for daily. No, I don't need for daily.
Okay, no problem. You want to another country.
Okay, I don't need for daily for daily.
Okay, no problem, sir. I understand.
I don't need for daily for daily.
You don't need for daily at the country. I don't agree now, sir, Mr. Kutubu. I don't agree. You don't need for daily at the country. But we just share peaceful message there. Nothing wrong. That man the way they call people, they arrest them. Man, them man the way they call, when they can't only general way they arrest them people. Then if they are still in the play with them people, they have problem. But man, you see the problem. Now this is what you over. So to be honest with you, you know the case of Kutubu Koroma. Me, they leave the all you go do the every day you go do the. Oh man, that's not the you know they ever make they make audio 2 days for 8 days. But they're gonna 3 times they make it. They get morning broadcast, afternoon broadcast, and the night broadcast. You know they make it 3 times a day. You know talk about this commission of inquiry. And I'm gonna continue. You know, I continue. And the Attorney General. And you know go work so Mr. Kutubu. Fine, then are your opinion? Also waiting the you know waiting the police in the nation. And the government no, opinion that you okay, that's what you want. You go against President Bio. Right now, you don't against President Bio for one thing. Now, they very clearly. What you make it against President Bio? The reality you are talking about because you don't get a platform for presenting yourself before President Bio. No, I'm not going to. Now, he makes you go against you. I'm not going to. God, now, they tell me that. You don't go there. That's not the fact, sir. Now, they tell you. How you go assume? How you go assume? I know how that is saying. No, now you don't know assume for nothing. Who's platform one? Who's platform one? Who's platform one? We are anything they can pay for, sir.
No, but you see,
thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, man, for where you come from, Italy. You know,
God bless you.
Yes, no problem, man. Well, you see, Kutubu don't clearly declare today saying Akande Yomkela be the supports. But right now we get one president of the country. So
no. You miss the point. No.
Uh-huh.
I tell you, Sabi, you see, these are the same two they go and they tell you say.
Uh-huh.
I don't tell you say that the center and they are don't.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that I can support you today.
Mm-hmm. No, but I've been asking you specifically about Kande Yomkela, and you say yes. Before, right?
I criticize them also.
Uh-huh.
I criticize them also.
So you don't believe in ideology again? You don't believe in Kande ideology anymore?
It is not a question of the ideology, not traditional. I don't tell you say. I don't know why it's so hard for everybody to understand. I don't tell you say. I don't move for partisan politics alone. That is center,
no, but we are talking about then, because you see, when they talk now, a lot of people will understand you from that political lens. Who say you've been there before? If you were with Kande Yomkela and you are coming up with statements the way people that they consider as criticism of this government and the president, then people are looking at your criticism from that political lens, because they say this man Akande be the support. So you cannot dismiss that fact. We know say right now you know they support nobody, but before this time you were supporting somebody.
Fine, we will not go move forward. And the same man this way they talk, say no, they talk about the commission of inquiry. You see, no go cherry pick a lemon drop. If they come up say I don't for commission of inquiry anymore, then let him say move away from the fact say I was supporting Dr. Yomkela that I didn't at the center. You see, you can't get on both ends.
Right.
You know, one now let me stay away from talking of commission of inquiry, but he will continue to hold me. He say, oh, well, you not can you cannot. You don't already not make that kind of a secular assumption now. Even though the man be here in the interview and say I didn't at the center, so not be fair to each other. If you say let not talk about commission of inquiry anymore, let everybody accept the fact that the center has been up. I mean, it's as simple as that, man.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now we not get any other call, and we get other segments of this broadcast today. So we get for close the conversation with Mr. Kutubu Koroma. But before you go, we want for tell and plenty thank you today for we able for Canada, for able for all this kind of conversation. The video, the recorded version is going to be available on YouTube very soon. Of course, 5 minutes after we broadcast, this recorded broadcast could be available on Facebook as well. Mr. Kutubu Koroma, thank you very much for your time. Anytime we say it's necessary for bringing you come back, so we'll talk about more national issues, we will do it. But thank you so much.
So it's my pleasure, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, so my family that na been Kutubu Koroma, of course, he talked to me today from Washington DC metro area. Of course, when I order you plenty of what you don't talk. So we get for continue for bring the programs into now. Stick around with us. Yes, me family muna kabo again. Of course, Sherix Broadcast Network coming to you live and direct from Houston, Texas. For the one that really asks whose side the platform based, the platform is based in Houston, Texas, in the United States. And so me family, plenty of things and they would have happened in the past week since the president been there all the way to the time we don't left for Sierra Leone. Plenty of things and the way happen, and so we get for bring come to now a some news captions the way we're able for capture in the past week. We get for bring that one they come to right about this time, and so one for me stick around as we make that one they happen right about this time. Stick around with us.
As he praises President Bio's dynamic leadership, Aiken promises 500 solar streetlights and 2,500 traffic lights to Salone. New York, United States, Thursday the 28th of September 2018, popular African-American singer, songwriter, businessman, record producer, actor and philanthropist, Alumi Damala Badara Aiken Thiam, has promised to provide 5,000 solar streetlights and 2,500 traffic lights to support President Bio's New Direction agenda in Sierra Leone. During a courtesy call on President Bio in New York, Aiken praised Bio for his dynamic leadership, adding that he is a smart guy and understands where the country needs to be. He stated that he has been very impressed with President Bio's leadership and expressed hope that Bio is going to do well for Sierra Leone. Aiken also said that whenever Africa is mentioned, Sierra Leone is also mentioned for diamonds. He went on, "The next few years we want to light up Sierra Leone to shine like a diamond." President Bio thanked Aiken for the support and invited Aiken to Sierra Leone. Bio also called on Aiken to help the government in rebranding and marketing the potentials of Sierra Leone to boost tourism and attract foreign investment. The electrification of Sierra Leone is central to the success of the New Direction, and President Bio has always been passionate about increasing citizens' access to electricity. The provision of the 5,000 solar streetlights and 2,500 traffic lights will be part of Aiken's Lighting Africa initiative, which aims to provide electricity by solar energy in Africa. Aiken's Lighting Africa initiative was launched in February 2014 by Aiken, Theoni Niang and entrepreneur Samba Bathily to develop an innovative solar-powered solution that will provide access to a clean and affordable source of electricity in Africa. The huge commitment by Aiken to provide 5,000 solar street lights and 2,500 traffic lights has shown that President Bio's impressive leadership within 6 months is galvanizing international goodwill to improve the lives of ordinary Sierra Leoneans. The international community has reposed confidence in a president who continues to demonstrate passion to effect real change and rebrand his country. Reported by the State House Media and Communications Uni.
I've always loved Sierra Leone. Speaking to the president today actually motivated me a lot more. You know, he's a very smart guy. He definitely understands Africa. He understands Sierra Leone, and he understands the future where Africa needs to be. You know, meeting with a lot of the younger presidents that's being elected now has been really motivating, you know, because my biggest challenge was getting presidents to understand the vision. And with him, we speak the same language, you know. We pretty much have the same thought process in mind, so I think he's going to do very, very well for Sierra Leone.
I mean, this is a world star, an icon for young people who's interested in energy, in light, in everything. I mean, he has shown interest in coming to Sierra Leone to support the president's vision.
Aiken has his Aiken Lighting Africa initiative, where he's been going around the continent providing solar streetlights in major cities. Aiken has agreed to provide Sierra Leone with 5,000 solar streetlights and 2,500 traffic lights to light up Sierra Leone.
He is interested in helping us through his Lighting Africa project to donate street lights to our country. He's also interested in supporting the free quality education. At Emerge, he just signed a deal with Microsoft.
Around the world, Sierra Leone is one of the countries that's always mentioned when you mention Africa. You know, oftentimes it's mentioned because of the diamonds. But people don't realize how much of a diamond in the rough Sierra Leone really is. And I think in the next few years, we'll be able to create programs that's going to open up that light for Sierra Leone to shine like a diamond, yes, for sure.
Says Fatima Bio. Her Excellency Mrs. Fatima Bio, First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, has told young Africans that when women are empowered in Africa, then Africa will be empowered. She made this statement during an inspiring valedictory speech at the United Nations Plaza as she was honored as one of the most influential people of African descent under 40. Speaking on the challenges of women in Africa, the First Lady said that women are the assets of Africa and they should not be silent but empowered. She said that we need to have men in Africa who can also support women to achieve their potentials. Mrs. Bio also narrated her journey as a movie icon, through a campaigner for her husband to becoming a First Lady in Sierra Leone. Even during our political campaign, there were people who used to question why was I playing such a leading role. But because of my empowerment, I was focused and determined to support my husband to become our president, First Lady said. She also spoke about the contribution of Winnie Mandela towards the success of the late Nelson Mandela. The eloquent First Lady also used her valedictory speech to advise young Africans about the need to use their various platforms in the diaspora to positively impact the lives of other Africans by saying the greatest achievement is not the amount of awards you receive but the lives of Africans you have changed. As someone who is also passionate about Sierra Leone, the gorgeous Mrs. Bio used her speech to market Sierra Leone to young African professionals from various fields and entrepreneurs. She told them, if you have heard anything negative in the past about Sierra Leone, I am here to confidently inform you that Sierra Leone is the most beautiful country in the world. She told them about the many investment potentials in Sierra Leone. Her Excellency also used her valedictory speech to shower praises on her husband and spoke about how proud she feels about the impressive work of her husband in office. She spoke about her husband's passion for education, which should be the priority of all African leaders to empower women and children in Africa. I call on all other African leaders to emulate what my husband has done to introduce free education for children from pre-primary to secondary school, Mrs. Bio said. His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, who was a special guest at the award ceremony, also received many commendations from speaker after speaker for gracing the award, which many said showed Bio's passion for young people and his commitment to a united and prosperous Africa. Her Excellency Mrs. Fatima Bio received a Hall of Fame award for her outstanding contribution in humanitarian work and was given the special honor to present the valedictorian speech on behalf of all the awardees for the class of 2018. Mrs. Fatima Bio continues to show passion not only for her excellent work as First Lady in championing issues of women and children in Sierra Leone, but also her audacious valedictory speech would demonstrate that she is becoming the strong voice for the empowerment of African women. During the award ceremony, a Lifetime Achievement Award was also presented posthumously to Kofi Annan in recognition of his service to humanity through the United Nations and his contributions to Africa. Various other speakers at the award ceremony included the anthropologist Dr. Sheila Walker, Director, New York Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, Craig Mockaber, and Coordinator on Senior Africans Group and CEO, African Renaissance and Diaspora Network, Dr. Jibril Diallo. The most influential people of African descent. MIPAD identifies high achievers of African descent in public and private sectors from all around the world as a progressive network of relevant actors to join together in the spirit of recognition, justice and development of Africa, its people on the continent and across its diaspora. Reported by the State House Media and Communications Unit. follow us on Twitter football. Our position remains the same. At Boss Kai Fala unfazed. Sierra Leone's Anti-Corruption Commissioner Boss, Francis Ben Kai Fala, has again maintained that the position remains the same. Our position remains the same. There is no further comment, Francis Ben Kai Fala told FSL News. Related news have survived Ebola. Francis Ben Kai Fala's boss says after FIFA warning. It means Sierra Leone's 2019 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying doubleheader against Ghana is now uncertain. The suspension will be lifted once the SLFA and its recognized leadership have confirmed to FIFA that the SLFA administration, premises, accounts and communication channels are under their control once again, FIFA said. The embattled SLFA boss Johansson and Seconds General Chris Kamara have been warned that they will face additional charges of obstruction by the country anti-corruption commissioner should they fail to step down following an investigation into corruption-related charges. According to Sierra Leonean law, when charged with certain anti-graft offenses that the duo are being charged with, it is mandatory for one to step down pending the completion of the investigation. The duo was charged over a year ago on corruption-related charges. Both Johansson and Kamara have denied any wrongdoing. Meanwhile, a few days ago the boss also used his Twitter account to respond to the FIFA letter addressed to the Sierra Leone Minister of Sports. FIFA has to reposition itself to fit into the dynamic paradigm of its member associations countries tackling corruption on its spinal cord to deal a debilitating blow at once. Francis Ben Kai Fala posted. He added, FIFA is no example in that regard. Sierra Leone is on the move and can't be held down any longer. Ben tweeted.
As he praises President
Hello, Sherix Broadcast Network viewers. Once more, we want to appreciate you for what you follow we on Sherix. And of course, that not been the news from Sierra Leone in the past week. We mainly come up from the State House Media and Communications Unit. Of course, relating to the president in visit one to the United States. Of course, that one did a whole different segment we'll can bring Camtona probably by the following week. Because plenty of video we want to know where the president come or where presidents and go to United Nations or where they make them kind high-powered visit to the first country in the world, waiting at some of the benefits where they go derive for a country. And so now that one day we'll go present that one day in the next segment. I mean the next broadcast will go be next week. But for now, that was the news. Of course, we all don't hear you about Akon, when a musical artist, you know, known worldwide. They don't decide say it go give solar panels and street lights. Of course, you know, say now that one day Akon they do different parts of Africa. I get this belief here say Africa too dark and will for come up and darkness. So now that's in the try for do. So the president meets with them and don't make that commitment. And of course, we know say then we'll begin for implement them very soon at the country. But one thing we talk is say anytime when people then talk about Africa, Salon name the cow. The cow either for diamond or it go cow for something. But anytime we then talk about Africa, Salon name go cow. That's gonna be a very good thing. Of course, the first lady then go hail them. They include them as one of the most influential people in the world. He named it among the 100 most influential people in the world. Fatima Bio, the first lady of Sierra Leone, is inside. For the work the way they do work, where they work for, for fight against teenage pregnancy, child prostitution, and early marriage in Sierra Leone. And even the way they comport himself in the country. So all the one they may couldn't get that award in New York. Of course, plenty world leaders them in there couldn't get that award there together with Iman. So now that happened. But then of course we say Honorable Neil Coyle, we plenty of unasabi, we na a British parliamentarian, we in the British Parliament, where they represent the Ban Mossey, if that's how they call it in England, Ban Mossey and Old Southwark. Now in the representing side and they as a parliamentarian in England. So now that area they plenty Sierra Leoneans and they will concentrate na that particular area and they leave. So then go tell this Maya say there is a political violence and intimidation where they go on at Sierra Leone. Then they arrest people, they kill people, they intimidate people. Then since way the SLPP government win or the SLPP political party win that the April election will be get. So this Maya so as an honorable, plenty of people they expect say he go travel go to Sierra Leone, he go see for himself if what they tell are not true. But he not do that one day. So right away he begin go on the attack na social media. He went to schedule right pan and say Sierra Leone life matter. He begin for attack, he begin for talk on the issue. But anyway, this means they don't quiet small because in company they will come on a parliament, then visit Sierra Leone, they don't go back, they don't go present, say they don't see nothing like that. So instead don't quiet small. But anyway, we get your own peace. Now what we'll do concerning that situation. And so we'll bring Kanto on our rights now. Stick around. Conduct of the presidential and parliamentary elections in Sierra Leone, members of the former ruling All People's Congress government have consistently refused to accept that they lost that election and that they are no longer at the helm of power in the country. As for many people who are familiar with the history of politics in Sierra Leone, they have always associated multiple political tactics that are often deployed by members of the All People's Congress or the APC during electioneering processes with the intention to either rig elections or turn election results in their favor. However, those tactics may have woefully failed the APC in the just concluded national elections.
As chairman of the SLPP National Campaign Committee, I want the world to know that we are under attack right now. Our next president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, is at home here in the office here where we are trying very hard to relax and monitor the elections like any normal democracy. And we saw a first wave of police coming in without a warrant, threatening to enter into the house where we're using a space, a situation room to just talk about how things are going, getting phone calls, etc. And they promised that they did not have a warrant, and so they went back with reinforcement.
This is my government vehicle now, they front me. Look, I'm recover the number plates. And they use them for transport people. Those villages. SI.
No, Kagbane.
How you call it, huh?
Kagbane.
A Kagbane village?
Yeah, not just Kano. Not make like this number, you just Kano.
Yeah, then cover a government vehicle, then they use them for transport people.
They make bias right now. They will allow the All People's Congress to operate this APC party agent them. They give them the opportunity to police themselves. Whether they restrict or no party again, or whether they destroy the People's Party.
Notwithstanding, members of the APC seem not to still believe they are lost. Instead, they have resorted to very different tactics by claiming that supporters of the ruling Sierra Leone People's Party are engaged in human rights violations in the form of political violence and intimidation against members of the APC. And they seem to have succeeded in employing a notable figure who is helping them fabricate that message.
I'm Neil Coyle, I'm the Labour MP for Birmingham and Southwark here in London. This constituency, my constituency, has a strong, vibrant Sierra Leone community, a very big Sierra Leone community with really strong links to the country. That community here in my constituency has been raising concerns about what's going on in Sierra Leone, the attacks, the politically motivated attacks on people, the undermining of Sierra Leone democracy. I care about those issues on behalf of my constituents, and I've asked questions about that in Parliament. Because I've done that, someone in Sierra Leone is alleging I've been paid to do that. There's been no payment, and if you give me your name and address, I'll get my solicitors to get in touch. But your attempts to smear me will not work. I will continue to raise questions about what's going on in Sierra Leone. I will continue to press the UK government to put more pressure on the Sierra Leone authorities to make sure democracy is upheld and that all Sierra Leone lives matter.
He is a British parliamentarian representing Badmose and Old Southwark. Honourable Neil Coyle, who seems to know little or nothing about the internal politics of Sierra Leone, has been all over the place helping the APC with their futile allegations of human rights violations in Sierra Leone. What is abysmal in Honourable Neil Coyle's ranting on social media is his lack of knowledge over what members of the APC he is so boldly aligning himself with have perpetrated on innocent Sierra Leoneans for over 34 years. Inasmuch as Sierra Leoneans are determined to forget about their past and move forward, but Honourable Neil Coyle seems to need some education on the party he is aligning himself with. Honourable Neil Coyle does not know that the APC created reasons for the outbreak of an 11-year brutal civil war in the country that killed 50,000 Sierra Leoneans and displaced over 2 million.
Until 1991, the first rebel insurgency started in Sierra Leone by a group called the Revolutionary United Front, or the RUF. At first, when this insurgency started, Sierra Leoneans could not believe it. They thought it was a minor border incident, until a man called Fode Sanko, who was a former corporal in the Sierra Leone army, announced himself through the BBC Focus on Africa that he was a leader of a group called the Revolutionary United Front, or the RUF. It was widely believed that this man received a lot of assistance in his insurgency from the former leader of the NPFL of Liberia and former president of Liberia, Charles Taylor.
The political campaign was trademarked by the hacking off of limbs of defenseless civilians, raping and abducting women and children, burning and looting of civilian homes, and a host of other inhuman crimes. Dissatisfied with the way the then All People's Congress, or the APC regime, was responding and handling the war, the military took over power. By 1996, foreign and domestic pressure forced the military government to hold general elections despite the Bush War. A civilian, Ahmed Tijan Kaba, became a freely elected president after 24 years of dictatorial rule by the APC. Within a year, a group of renegade officers forced the elected president to flee the country to neighboring Guinea. President Kaba regained power in 1998 with the assistance of a foreign mercenaries and ECOMOG, an intervention force sponsored by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The military junta retreated to the bush and became a second rebel faction. In an uneasy cooperation with the RUF, the rebel armies financed their participation in the war by mining and selling diamonds through Liberia. In January 1999, a surprise attack rescued half of Freetown, seat of the central government, from ECOMOG. The insurgents destroyed most of the city,
killed dozens of civilians, hack off limbs of hundreds of civilians, including women and children, and burnt down homes before they were beaten back. The conflict ended by all parties in the war agreeing to a brokered ceasefire signed in Lomé, Togo.
And my efforts resulted in the signing of the Abidjan Peace Accord.
Honorable Nikoi does not know that it is only under the APC regime that the people of Sierra Leone suffer intimidation, violence, and death.
Along for the far and far beyond me. And to swam it too. 90 bullet just pierces. So it's about 6 bypass within a gas field. Inside gas field, I can pass. I can show you don't so. Yeah, my region. Post this water.
That do the fine. Who is your
residents and security from State House.
Under an APC regime, Sierra Leone becomes the most corrupt country in the world at the bottom of the Human Development Index, where education is not a right but a privilege, where people die of minor illnesses due to poor healthcare facilities, where Sierra Leoneans go to bed hungry. Under the APC regime, tribalism, regionalism, nepotism, greed and selfishness climax to the peak.
Even 5 or 10,000 or 50,000. Now we are Romendi all for B for Dr. Samura Kamara. For any other no see if it be SLPP, we go all the we go find the SLPP then we vote for them people will vote for SLPP who go find them now we are Romendi and that day they not sleep now. The job of now they bring them now. No will sleep now. So we the one on now not be make up on our mind or make up on our mind straight because we don't want no one off by this business here. No way.
So for an honorable man like Nikoi to put his credibility on the line for a party like the APC is paradoxical. People wonder why such a man may want to taint his own credibility with such futile action. It came to Sierra Leoneans as a surprise to wake up one morning and see Honorable Nikoi ranting all over social media with an allegation of human rights violations in Sierra Leone. Many Sierra Leoneans want to know when last Honorable Nikoi visited Sierra Leone and witnessed the so-called human rights violations. What practical evidence does he have to justify or verify his claims? Or is that another APC tactics? Don't get it wrong. There are very honest, patriotic, and well-meaning Sierra Leoneans who are APC members. We know many of them. Sierra Leoneans would like to send a message to Honorable Nikoi that they have a bottom line, and that bottom line is that they elected a new president and a new government in a transparent and credible election, and until after 5 years before another general elections are held in the country. The country is now focused on fighting corruption, making education every Sierra Leonean's right and not a privilege, trying to feed its people, working on reliable healthcare, creating employment, revamping the economy, and putting Sierra Leone back to its glorious days. Sierra Leoneans ask Honorable Nikoi to help the country focus on its future and not to contribute to its demise again. Ibrahim Sharif, Sherix Broadcast Network. Yes, my family. So now that's now we own little piece we will do on Honorable Nikoi. I know say we know say election don't pass and now we get for focus on the future. Now that's all the talk. But when you get a group of people them where they misinform, you know, a British politician will not understand the politics of the country, where then they distort information and game, and instead of not doing homework, for able for really cross-check the facts, for able for find out if the information, when they feed into them, if the information is credible, if not true, and then it go na the public forum and begin for say things them, way to the amazement and surprise of other people. It was very, very amazing. So that is the more reason why it's necessary for let's set the record straight, just like I don't put under, you know. We all don't see for say, you know, where APC then are power. These are some of the things our people go through, and so now that's now the team will decide for actually bring can. So next we get for, you know, talk about the mayor of Freetown and the disrespect we get from the deputy minister of something. I don't know, you know, but he's a deputy minister anyway. He talked to us some kind of way none of we not they accept. In as much as the mayor contested for that position under the umbrella of the APC or with an APC symbol, but she has been doing a very fantastic work for Freetown City. That one day nobody not be able to take her away from we. We'll not go agree for you today, we'll not go agree for you tomorrow. The mayor of Freetown City has been doing a very good job until we get evidence where they come out and talk say she is guilty of any bad work or she's guilty of malpractice or you don't do something we're not fine. But for now, waiting we know is that she is working tirelessly. We don't see how they talk to market woman them. We don't see how they in bad place they will say they then dirty then they help for men to clean the place. We don't see them, they do things then for the city. Even the plans that we don't put in place for men to revamp that city, they a completely different and a positive. So for let we get a man, they talk to him the way we been talk to him, it just go for further justify for say, we man them, we not let go woman they get position. We not sabi talk to woman, you know, and those days are gone where they intimidate woman them. Women and they now at the world where they don't become highly educated, they know what they do, they know from their left to the right. So you never just grab you they talk to a mayor. If the mayor don't do anything where you feel in about it, don't do, not to public forum you go talk him. We get processes where you follow for able for bring the mayor to book. But anyway, let's watch this video where I know say plenty of one I don't see. But let's watch it again and then we'll talk about and small also. Alright? Stick around.
I see you have some reservations against the present cleaning. Can you take us through?
Yeah, the last cleaning was quite very successful. But normally we do cleaning for 2 days. The first day, if there are residuals, we do the mopping on the second day. And we had about 120 trucks, you know, usually. And those are some of the trucks normally leave Kabbalah, they come. And the man who is Jimmy is not the owner of all those trucks. There are individuals who own those trucks. According to her, she had her own statisticians there, and she had those, the city council police at Kintom. They said she only had the amount of trucks that came here. You know, she decided to slice off 41 trucks that she's not going to pay. But we as a government have given her the money. She has the money with her. You understand? So let's ask her. She has the money with her. 41 cost of 41 trucks. Yesterday, the Minister of Finance called her. She said on Monday, let's write a document so that she will release the money. That's a sabotage to the government. I will not tolerate that from anybody who wants to sabotage the president's vision.
So, sir, how many trucks are presently on
now,
service?
on site right now, today, is 69 instead of 120. Now, look at the fields on the streets. Look at the fields. Because she refused to release the money for the contractors, the remaining 41 trucks. The owners of the trucks have refused to release their vehicles.
Your message to viewers.
And she's been supervised by.
I have not ceased
money. When someone does work and there's no evidence of work done, audit
You're just a mayor like any other mayor.
You cannot audit practices tell you that you will not make payments without you having evidence. We have a system which is here, and we show every truck that comes in, and it's registered, and then we take note of them. If there's no registration and we haven't seen it, then we can't pay. Because when it comes to accounting for the money, the local council has a responsibility to answer for the money that goes to it. So that's what we do. So every vehicle that comes, the vehicle number is here. And when the vehicle comes, every time it comes, you see it's marked. If we don't see the vehicle come, and we have no evidence
because that's civilized, sir.
Then we don't
that's
see
civilized.
it. That's the process, and the contractors know that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, I like this. I like the mayor bad. I like the mayor. You know, so why is this minister they allege with nothing in hand for proof? The mayor Kanaya very consistent, very organized. He get in own proof. He gets something where it show how it take tally of the vehicles then we supposed to clear the dirty. Any vehicle will come in number, the kind vehicle, and before they disperse money to her. Then just when they take the money give without any accountability. The mayor is a very organized lady. Because according to him, now the city council now get for account for the money they will disburse for this cleaning. So the deputy mayor not get and the deputy minister not get any right in the first place for talk to this mayor like that. Or it report the president agenda. We all want for let the president succeed. First of all, you don't make the president don't look bad. You don't stigmatize this government by your behavior. You don't try for let the world understand for say SLPP government officials they not sabi talk to woman. That's what the message is that people will derive from this kind of video. And we will not say not to show SLPP ministers and they do, not to show SLPP government they do. SLPP government officials they not they disrespect woman, they not they talk over the mayor because in a woman, they not they scream at her because in a woman. SLPP does not condone this kind of actions. So in reverse, you are actually undermining the president in your agenda. You say that the mayor they undermine the president in your agenda. Now you they undermine the president in your agenda by your behavior. You cannot talk to anybody like that, let alone a female. The woman they talk, you they raise your voice against her. You almost want for hit her with your hand. Where they raise all. I mean, that was so disrespectful. And I hope say this government is see these videos where they go around social media. May them take action against this Maya. So may them show a test. May them prove. You know, they say when you extend your right, it becomes your wrong. When you extend your right too far, it becomes your wrong. That's what this deputy minister has done. Not get any right for talk to that woman this so. Ah, my God, Sierra Leone. I cannot believe waiting. I just don't see. I cannot believe it. You know? But that this happened. Now, this is a clear example, a clear demonstration of how some of women them, they behave to women them. You don't behave to no woman like that. If you feel say the woman not doing job right, if you feel say the woman owe money, did you find out why she's doing that? She must have a reason why she's doing it. And if you feel say she's wrong in doing what she did, don't you have a process to follow for make you go able for Brancan to book? You go to Jamana Street, you go begin to Alapa mayor. When I'm at the head, the administrative head of a whole Freetown city, people they turn around and they look at that. Come on, man, you don't try. Come on. Don't try. We are looking at this government to see what the government will do with this man. You go out of, maybe not over patriotism, or you get a very counterproductive move for sabotage government. Because this is not a message where government want for, embrace. Government cannot embrace this kind of message. But anyway, we don't want to belabor on that. So next, let's take a look at when the president come on at the United Nations meeting, when he returned back to the country, how he was welcomed in the country. And then we'll go for talk about that as well, right? How the president was welcomed in the country and what happened. Stick around. So before we that now the president we enter back na Sierra Leone, and this is one of the talks and we come up we at the talk to Kutubu Koroma, a brand come up, and rightfully so, a very important for let we go talk about it. I mean, this is the president that was elected to position. Position of authority in the country, and the president this way don't return back in the country. But when you look at the crowd where they are around this president, it was so chaotic to the extent that if anybody be there inside this crowd, we get the evil intention for do harm to this president. If we don't squarely succeed for do that, we don't see who side they don't kill presidents, and because of this kind of crowd. Like Benito, something, now some president, a female president, somebody will be the vice for presidency in Pakistan. I don't forget his name. But anyway, so we don't know if the government be able to communicate with the security apparatus in the country for them go be let them in at Lungi airport for receive the president. They almost want to kill the president. I mean, can you imagine that? It is so disorganized, it is so unsafe, it is so, it is not secure at all. So I don't know what people can say about stuff like this, but it really is not safe. The kind way then people are receive the president, I think say, they need for give this a second thought. There should be an inquiry into this whole thing, how it happened. It's not right the way it happened. I think say they should do something about it. I mean, you cannot expect the president for day in a place like this. Let me see if we can able to turn this video around for see. If let me see if that will happen. I just want to make sure say we get the video the right way where we're supposed to get them, right? All right. So yes, basically you cannot expect this president. If anybody be in that place, they will get intention for do bad with this president here. If they don't do them bad, But thank God that one did not happen. But this don't send a clear message, a clear signal to government officials then for say then get for protect the president. This president who can perform so well at the United Nations, they return that will not get any preparation for receiving so well. Right? It not call for, they not try, they not do well. And so the family will get for can talk to brothers and sisters in the DC metro area where they put a very good show together every year in the country, and so we can talk to them, right? Okay, stick around with us.
Along the land of before. Clean up my salon. You will never walk alone. Once there is life, there is hope. It's time to rise up, Mama Salon. Watch me now, let we not give up because things stronger. Let we hope and pray so you go better. Only if we come together as one, we gon' make a change with a positive plan. Hey. Salon, the land that we love, let we make we continue. There is no place like home. We believe as family. I'm a tick my name, bro. We all know I know inside Salon. Salon, the land that we love, let we make we continue. There is no place like home. We believe as family. I'm a tick my name, bro. We all know I know inside Salon. Taya for the love, let we come together for the before. Beautiful people, wonderful nation. Let we fight and fight against corruption. Salon is better one, it ain't now we are. Let we walk as one, for better we land. Blood is thicker than water. We all are brothers and sisters. If we all come together, then the future go better. Salon, the land that we love, let we make we continue. There is no place like home. We believe as family. I'm a tick my day, bro. We all know I know inside Salon. Salon, the land that we love, let we make we continue. There is no place like home. We believe as family. I'm a tick my day, bro. We all know I know inside Salon. Taya for the love, let we come together for the before. Salon, Salon, yeah, Salon. Say, what we the fence we say, what we the super we say, more less disgrace we say, and I know why, with the suffer we say, fetch we say, with the neglect we say, and I know, some say our politics, some say our bad habits. But tell me, how we go grow? Some say our tribalism, some say our nepotism. Tell me, how we go grow? Mama, Salon, we owe it to you. We gon' do all thing where we go able for better we owe. Mama, Salon, may God bless you. We gon' change real attitude and ready for better we own. Salon, the land that we love, let we make we continue. There is no place like home. We believe as family. I'm a tick my day, bro. We all know I know inside Salon. Salon, the land that we love, let we make we continue. There is no place like home. We believe as family. I'm a tick my day, bro. We all know I know inside Salon. Taya for the love, let we come together for the before. Taya for the love, let we come together for the before. before. Clean up my salon. You will never walk alone. Once there is life, there is hope. It's time to rise up. Mama Salon, watch me now. Let we not give up because things stronger. Let we up and press so you go better. Only if we come together as one, we gon' make a change with a positive plan. Salon, the land that we love. Let we make we country. There is no place like home. We for live as family. I'm a tick my day, bro. We all know our life inside Salon. Salon, the land that we love. Let we make we country. There is no place like home. We for live as family. I'm a tick my day, bro. We all know our life inside Salon. Tire for the labo. Let we come together for good before. Beautiful people, wonderful nation. Let we tie and fight against corruption. Salon is better one, it ain't now we are. Let we walk as one, for better we land. Blood is thicker than water. We all are brothers and sisters. If we all come together, then the future go better. Salon, the land that we love. Let we make we country. There is no place like home. We for live as family. I'm a tick my day, bro. We all know I know inside Salon. Salon, the land that we love. Let we make we country. There is no place like home. We for live as family. I'm a tick my day, bro. We all know I know inside Salon. Tire for the labo. Let we come together for good before. Salon, Salon. Yeah, Salon. Say, what we defend, we say.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once more, just like I would say, this now Lady Felicia. Of course, we own sister na Sierra Leone. She is a patriotic singer. It is sing very well. It articulate very well on issues na Sierra Leone. And so this takes us to the next move. We get for now talk about we own brothers and sisters with the Salon. Within the Washington D.C. metro area. Then they put together the Black Affairs Night. They don't do a couple of years. It don't become a huge success. And of course, then get for continue for do them again. In fact, this November then get another one with the come up. So we get for talk to the one that they put time together. One pandem, we'll get for talk to them. But for now, we just want for me to stick around as to try for bring women on board. Stick around with us.
I'm fine, bubble them like we. Now then they rush us. All them slay mama slay queens. Now then they rush us. Fine, bubble them like we. Now then they rush us. All them slay mama slay queens. Now then they rush us. The one that with the jeep and the spot.
You growing it sexy, you celebrating life. And you had Thanksgiving at your house this year. That's what I'm talking about. That's that grown shit. Black and Bear Bliss Friday. Spanish Harlem. She in the line just like a movie star.
Baby, you too fine, oh. I dey Chris Maria. That big waist, they a go carry am. Oh, Nana wa we are. Say true love, no get no barrier. Yeah, Chris Maria. That big waist, they a go carry am. Oh, and our Mariam. Cause true love, no get no Sharia. Yeah. Give me the popular wine, make the bantam buckle and grind. The other girl, let me know the dance, skin the vex, but me no mind. Tell everybody say you want me, baby, and nobody know if it touch your behind. When you the bubble and jiggle it, baby, you the box up me eye. Hey girl, you looking so fine. Better when you rolling with the star. Come here now, let me touch your body. Everybody get up and touch somebody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Black Night for exclusively put together by some Sierra Leoneans. Of course, we'll watch the flyer and the video, the commercials. I was Very impressed. So now with Studio Naya, we all the talk about time, that this is now one of the best things where Sierra Leoneans then could do. So of course, one part of the people that we done the lead for put the show together now the Washington DC metro area, not to other person. Now we own brother, Mr. Ishmael Cham. Hello Ishmael, how you do?
About fumble and do and kushe I know all they do.
That's good. My man, you make me feel so proud of Sierra Leone by just taking a look at waiting you don't put together for a couple of years and you man them. And so one for tell you plenty. Thank you for everything. So give me an idea as to when you decide for do this and why would I decide for to do this show here?
Pretty much we don't do this show like 6 years now. This one finished, this will be the seventh time we do this show successfully. We just decide to say, sometimes we need fun, we need entertainment to we serve with the Sierra Leoneans them, and purely this is a Sierra Leone event. Although other nationalities they come, but not Salon events, not Salon music they play, not Salon with the honor. So pretty much we always do this event the weekend for Thanksgiving weekend, which is Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Wow. Yes, and we see everybody happy, people that dress nice. So waiting at the message now for just go party or when they do and for bring people in together. Waiting at the reason.
Well, moreover, yes, it's a fun event. We bring a come up for come make new friends, come meet with old friends, because they find out say people then in this country they're busy, everybody busy, but it's a particular time or particular event where we bring everybody out, something peacefully for can have fun and for can make new friends and see old friends where you probably don't say where you see them 6-8 months, probably over phone one and they talk on and they even see safe. So this the time this way. Now all we can see, take pictures, happy together. It's a blessing.
Right, definitely.
We can't see each other again for a very long time. People that travel all over the country for come this event.
Wow. So Usauna Kinduan, because I see the hall Usauna Duan, they're very nice looking, immaculate. I like the chandeliers, I like the lighting systems. Usauna Kinduan.
Yes. Now a club. I'm not sure about the address right now, but it's called Bliss Nightclub. Bliss Nightclub. If you Google it, you'll be able to pull up all details about the club. It's a very nice club. It's a standard club where all kind artists and all kind of superstars that they come at this club. Yeah, not just Sierra Leone. We cater for a venue where we not say anybody will come go appreciate. Not just a local, somewhere with the fans, some way, and not say everybody will come. We say, wow, we like for take picture, we like for get a remembrance of. You go like for come back.
Right. So when I can get any dress code like we possibly want to go then kind of say
but pretty much it's an all black event with the
all black events. So now more of black and people then for sure.
More of black, yes. But we don't restrict you. If you not get black, you can mix out anything. We don't restrict you. You understand? But purely it's an all black event with we advertise the do.
So when I can get like then Sierra Leonean musical artists then can show up there.
So yes, 99% of them all they come. They all come. They all they all respect the event and we respect them too. So they all always they come for can show love. Why we say they show them love? They play the music. They make themselves proud.
Right. So like I see the place is packed. Salon people then come out in their numbers. So when I don't ever think about the fact that now that we're not beginning to get this kind of crowd, let's put a bucket on side. Anything we posting get inside that buckets there. So that we could find something for help somebody in a salon.
Yes, pretty much they think about that this time around. For let we put a bucket on the side, you understand, and for let we help the needy people in our salon, trying to get cleaning utensils, and try forget so many things then we for patronize with the new system, with the new development, the new direction, where the salon they take right now, the cleaning, the hospital, so many things and way the needy people they need from where they out here.
Right.
So they they try to do all that, put something aside for the money or the things that we can buy them, we donate them to those places then. You know.
Yeah. So Yusuf, I know say Yusuf now a musical artist. You know, you don't do a song where in fact now why they talk with you now? I know say now you really put that song there together and bring money for singer way now self-made. So you don't do any other song apart from that?
We're pretty much me not to artist, me not just a promoter.
Okay, so you're not to artist, right?
Say yes, me they sing music, but I know they sing music. I mean, I'm a promoter. They promote salon artists to the fullest, and I don't do a lot.
Okay.
When it comes to helping Sierra Leone artists, and this song where they talk about self-made song, I make pioneer that song. Then me put the song together, call all the artists then. Make things happen, you know. I always make things happen. They respect me for that. When it's better than choke, they can always need me. I can always be there for their support, you know. I put the song together and the song play. The song, I mean, we go.
Oh yeah. That song where I let bad. I can always play one time at the studio now. So, but then, when I can invite other Sierra Leoneans, they went out to Maryland and they like somebody want come when I get special recognition because if somebody buy plane ticket, Canadian kind place and they when I for recognize that it for this person come up from different states. When I get plans for that.
Yes, we can always do that. We can always recognize people that we come from out of state. What we know, if we know, like if we don't know, that's different. But if we know, we're aware say this person here, so aware say this person here, so they come proposal for this event. You understand? We recognize them. We get special recognition the way we do for let the person say feel proud, let the person say feel. We appreciate what you do. Yeah.
Well, Ishmael Cham, I'll not take you time. I got to find time for actually bring you and your man them together after a whole 30 minutes interview. Let's talk about this show, let's talk about other things them. But for now, I want to tell you plenty thank you for your time.
No problem. You're welcome at any time, okay?
All right. Yes, thank you very much, Cham.
You're welcome.
All right.
I'm fine, Bobo, them like we. Now then they rush us. All them slay mama slay queens. Now then they rush us. Fine, Bobo, them like we. Now then they rush us. All them slay mama slay queens. Now then they rush us. The one day with the jeep and the spot.
You growing it sexy, you celebrating life. And you had Thanksgiving at your house this year. That's what I'm talking about. That's that grown shit. Black and Bear Bliss Friday.
Baby, you too fine, oh, I dey Chris Maria. That big waist, they a go carry am. Oh, now where we are. Say true love, no get no barrier. Yeah, Chris Maria. That big waist, they a go carry am. Oh, and now Mariam. Cause true love, no get no Sharia. Yeah. Give me the popular wine, make the bantam buckle and grind. The other girl, let me know the dance, skin the vex, but me no mind. Tell everybody say you want me, baby, and nobody know if it touch your behind. With you the bubble and jiggle it, baby, the box up behind. Hey girl, you looking so fine. Better when you rolling with the star. Come here now, let me touch your body. Everybody get up and touch somebody. I dey Chris Maria. That big waist, they a go carry am. Oh, now where we are. Say true love, no get no barrier. Yeah, Chris Maria. That big waist, they a go carry am. Oh, and now Mariam. Cause true love, no get no Sharia.
Bring it to the left, bring it to the right. Shake them up and down for me, baby girl. Come on, cheer up. Come on, let's cheer up. I beg you, but wait, yeah, cheer up. Got you find cheer up. Beg it.
Scatter up. Anyhow, we the walk around.
Hip hop, we don't camp on them. Salo music now we on, now we cha-cha. Titi shake it that you want do. But you pass me the bottle. Let we party, no gumbo. Now we get to make Boku Rapa be humble.
Asala Benny Keko. Oh yeah, Benny Keko. Asala Benny Keko. Oh yeah, Benny Keko. Then they roast some Benny Keko. Then they cook some Benny Keko. Then they fry some Benny Keko. Then they eat some Benny Keko. Okada, you back Buzo Puno. Hey, Okada, you back Buzo Puno. Hey, Okada, you back Buzo Puno. Hey, Okada, you back Buzo Puno. Hey.
Yes, let's get together and feel all right. That was in the Washington, D.C. metro area. Of course, now so that the party up there, we want to say plenty thank you to Ishmael Cham and in group. Now then they put this show together every Thanksgiving time in the D.C. metro area. Of course, this is how we have to do as Sierra Leoneans, come together, party, let we serve, drop all the bad arts. We don't want that. All right? So, my family, this is how we are going to end the broadcast for tonight. But we'll get for end them with that song when self-made with Ishmael Cham, who don't talk to just now. Now, in help for put that song together. Now, song we now a Creole hip hop. We involve all of the major Sierra Leonean musical artists. We then they inside Cow Dinero now, Menace the General now, Shadow Box, so they're all inside it. So now song I like bad. But that's all we get for end this broadcast for tonight. I want to tell you plenty thank you. Once more, Mina Ibrahim Sharif. I come to you today from Houston, Texas, directly from studio number 8 from our innovation room. We get for always remember that we for put we country first. All right? So that's it. See you next week.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Well, I'm based. Yo, Cham, tell her for me. The money they went in the lost with them too small for me. Get out of more box and counting too young for me. Y'all in there with the screen palm and too tight for me. Let it wait, I can't make nobody no life for me. With a cross the new specs, soon I choke by Impala. Boss more bobo than a wheel, no one falla. Really don't pack king size, you the drop slip, not falla. Follow me, I no go school, now you don't left power. I'm a made man, I'm safe, man. Anytime base touch you, Allah. Still ghetto ain't classy, I'm the same, man. All my downtown no service, my hits, man. Yeah, I'm ex girlfriends, all superstars. Anyone way I push from last to boss. Left tongue can't set, put careers on pause. Man, and give me own dick, not blessed in the ball.
True, I'm self-made. Set it up. What you ask me. I'm self-made. I'm self-made. Keep hitting. I'm self-made. I'm self-made. You don't know them black line, we talk, see me don't run, we talk, see me don't run, we talk, see me don't fall. Well, you don't know, say, class, the guy in a King Kong, and lyrical ping pong, we train a fire bun, rings and clean, bottle, brand new link. So if a boy cross line, I go with Magnum, I'm on a dip on the street from Daikin, don't come, say, come from St. John, run down a Belgium, rough with them vagabond, lyrics can never done, bring back the rubber down. Self-made, I get
straight. Now me head, no pinch, now me red. Right me a man, no man, me no afraid. No ink on the ink, so speak on the stick. No dig, me no leak. Because we give this more chance to make the shit, yeah. They can't take more time, run leg, cut this dog. Go kill people, them like say not great, yeah. Who say you don't hear me say A-class, go jail. In fact, me know they talk with fish, we don't get scared.
All my one sing, all my one rap. We they shine like a diamond. You not pan lamp, city don't tell you. Self-made nigga, got a gift not to want an elf-made nigga. We ain't gotta talk much, wife niggas rap. You don't come original, man, what kind of shit is that? Now we begin them, end them, Creole, English, blend them. Green, white, blue, we go defend them. Self-made, we know they afraid, do not all them come. We say me they kick it, you know they score, sand them. Shadow boxer, let me say it twice, shadow boxer. Get a kid nice to mean, it's a genius. I murder beats, you all misdemeanors. Hop off, look at me, she like, go baby. Alright, I'm done, go shady.
I'm self-made, just a silly reason why me gotta keep on hating me. I'm self-made, sweet in the club.
We almost there, man. Yeah, I'm self-made. Sam, I see home. What it do? Black Leo in the building. For real. Hey, yo, I'm self-made. Plus I'm self-made. As I enter the game, I make the bread fresh. Can't eat on all the plates, I don't left bread. All team don't try, they no head go down. Cover mad nigga, yo, I build this from the ground up. Place too cold, boy, I can't shake the town up. Frost too shallow, boy, I go deeper. Scared of no nigga, the never number one, just like a goalkeeper. Man, I think me style, trust this rapper for me. Make the game stubborn and more just like a zombie. Standing will be hard, but all that shit's and funny. Raps be fat, boys, the shit be bony. Like them Somalians, I body them. Speaking of them losers, boys, probably them. Lyrical assassination is what the fest with. Flow like the water that I used to wash the fest with.
I'm self-made, just a silly reason why me gotta keep on hating me. I'm self-made, sweet in the club, what you pass me by. I'm self-made, just a silly reason why
may I have your attention, please?
I'm self-made, sweet in the club, what you pass me by.
I'm self-made, nigga, I'm self-made. After I done with this verse, call me self-praise. Smoke, I don't get who talk. Cardi Macaulay, being the 60s flow. Only get Macaulay, I feed my name with rap. I make them bell full, bad one, them bell foot them belch. Loud one, so they are not try me. I then beg you from here so to Rockville. You know go able to pay pass it in Godville. Smoke, yes, call me the fire. I does it all, I rap, sing. I does it all, I play different music. Boo-boo, sukus, even go-go, I make man them mutes. I call them Dodo, ask Lolo, smoke, I song like Golo. Now let me rap up, shout out to Hula Boy, Balaba Charger, drive the charger. Baby they say, oh boy, I see you Ishmael. I need a stay fresh, and he get good smell of Omo. Self-made me touchdown, next to the Omo.
Beat to the G, Papa don't come when I step to the side, do not give me right place. Cause this is for the G's, yeah, this is for the hustle. Listen, to the G's. Yo, why enter the beat? Hello, man is skits pan and build, so shit's pan and step like could I drink purge. When I menace the general, relax, not afraid, me not so ghost, you not be ever go me funeral. I'm in the chill, take break, study the game, but now I'm going in, but cause neck pan pepe. Who that want test time, step up, I get some expensive full like chocolates inside Troy Tram. Pan this rap game, but me a self-made, the rapper no go test me, they rather swallow a grenade. We flow 6, so they I miss the shit, all can drip don't end, but the shit still they kick, yeah.
I'm self-made, just a silly reason why me gotta keep on hating me. I'm self-made, sweet in the club, what you pass me by. I'm self-made, just a silly reason why me sister keep on hating me. I'm self-made, sweet in the club, what you pass me by.
Yo, Congo EX in a zoo, we hungry lions. If you not so Congo, you gon' bleed like mighty lions. Sons of the mountains, lion. Champion, street kings, getting money, we doing big things. When I be 19, I pull up all the white thing. Fresh with me white tea like a newborn with no sin. ENC, we stay fresh like a Fabrice. Why you vex, Lucy Fed, but say cheese. Nigga, please, how you ballin' though with no cheese? Feel me like breeze, where I sneeze, say bless me. Mommy say you love me now, not lately. Street love me from DMV, so kissy. Self-made nigga, I'ma get money nigga. Do this for me niggas, being boss and the mullah. Only God I fear, so I bow down to Allah. Cool baby, all of them go talk to the tire.
I'm self-made, just a silly reason why me gotta keep on hating me. I'm self-made, sweet in the club, what you pass